because you don't have the power. Well, how do I get the power? You'll get it in 10 years. But no, that's unacceptable. How am I supposed to grow as a person and to find a meaningful relationship if I need to wait until I've got my degrees and I'm 7 years into my job and my student loans are paid and I sure fucking hope that there's not another market crash? That's fucking stupid. I've worked really hard and I want to start, a nice relationship with someone. I can't. Why? Because I'm slightly wrinkly? I found my soulmate. He's a perfect man. The factory burned down. Oh well, we're done. Never loved you anyway. What are you talking about? You're gonna be miserable with that mindset. So, there's a concept that's been rolling around the manosphere. It's not new. It's fairly common. It's the concept of the high value male. So we've got here the YouTube channel of a gentleman named Kevin Samuels, who talks a lot about various things you need to do as a man to be high value. Cool. He died. He's a very, very dead man. Which, it's very inconvenient for me. I'm the real victim here because, you shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But no, fuck that. That's kind of dumb. If you say something that I think is wrong, I'm still gonna call you out for it. Tons of stupid people through the ages have said stupid shit, and not because they're dead, I'm not gonna stop talking about it. But we're gonna keep in mind this man might have changed his mind in the last year and a half since he died. He might have become a better person. Maybe he had a better effect on the world than he did up to that point, in my opinion. And my intention is not to soil his name. My guess is he thought he had a positive impact on the world. He probably made a tidy profit from it, but that doesn't mean that the impact wasn't good, right? That's important. It's important to have a good impact on the world, even if in the end you made a lot of money with your 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. Now, one thing that's weird about Kevin Samuels is, if we take a look again at his YouTube channel, How to Be a Woman in Demand, 14 hours ago. Didn't you die a year and a half ago? Yes. 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 1 month. Roughly every 2 weeks, somebody is posting videos of this dead man. Now, that's not great. Why would someone do that? Why? It might be to honor his memory. Sure. Or to monetize the content. There's maybe 50 videos or so that were posted after his death, which is, I don't know, maybe 5% of his channel. So it's not like it's just exploiting his death, but well, whatever. It's weird. It's weird to me. However, still gonna talk about him. Still gonna criticize him. But I'll try not to, attack him personally, right? That's shitty. That's shitty. You can believe wrong thing and be wrong and not be a bad person. Let's hear it. What do you need to do to date well as a young man?
I can keep my mouth closed. They're like, yeah, sure. I'll kick it with you. Then you see him later on, a year or two later, they married to some rich guy. You have to have the rental car mentality, guys. Because after 30, you can be that guy. But see, it becomes a different twist after that. When you're in your 30s, you got to realize you ain't going to be her first. You're going to be unless you get her when she's very young, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Why is it important?
I mean, okay, we've seen this graph before, and indeed, when you're in your late 30s, it does even out. But, the gap is really low when you're young. Like, 8% of men are single, more than women. And the gap is a bit more when you're in your late 20s. So 13%, so 1 in 8. So the whole idea that, when you're in your 30s, that's when you'll get her. You should be fine in your 20s, though. You should be fine.
To not be mad at women in your 20s. Because they have the power. They're in a position of power, and it's human nature to use your advantages. It is.
Okay, that's already fucked. Yeah, no. Women in their 20s have all the power. He's just saying, men, your power is in your money. Women, your power is in your youth slash beauty. Isn't this like inherently a really bad way to look at things? Like, okay, so obviously you're 22 as a man, you're not gonna have a lot of money. Isn't this super fucked? Like, okay, in your early 20s, you're not gonna have a lot of money. You won't. You're in college. You're starting a job. Yeah, you're poor. You're poor. It's fine. It's not fine, but you're kind of supposed to be poor. Why should you be fucked? Why should you stand absolutely no chance to get into a relationship? Isn't that messed up? Like, oh, I'm 20. How to get a girlfriend? Oh, you can't. Why do I can't? Because you don't have the power. Well, how do I get the power? You'll get it in 10 years. What? No, that's unacceptable. How am I supposed to grow as a person and to find a meaningful relationship if I need to wait until I've got my degrees and I'm 7 years into my job and my student loans are paid and I sure fucking hope that there's not another market crash? That's fucking stupid. I, I just want a meaningful relationship with a woman. A romantic relationship so I can start something great. No, I'm supposed to wait. No, you're not. Don't you see that's it's fucked to believe? Again, you can say the problem is that men are judged for the amount of money they have, but it's how it is. You could say that. My response is, it shouldn't be, and it tends honestly it tends not to be. Have you dated? Have you lived in the real world, Kevin Samuels? Women in their 20s, they don't care much about your income. They're also poor. You know what income level women date at? Income level that's similar to theirs. This is by far what we see. They'll date people that are way richer, so will men. But people date within their salary ranges. And you're pushing the idea that no, you're fucked if you're a young man. Because you have to be fucked. You can't be fucking rich in your early 20s. Like, this is insane fatalism. Like, yeah, you're a young guy. Nah, you're fucked. Just wait, you'll get it later. Shut the fuck up. And it's bad the other way around too. Women, you have power because of your youth and your beauty. You know what happens to everybody? They get older and beauty fades. We generally consider young women to be more beautiful, which is also dumb, because you're going to tell me that if I'm a woman and I'm 40, I'm fucked. I'm done because time happened. Okay, what if I'm a woman and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna become a doctor. I'm gonna really focus on my study, and then I'm gonna work hard to help people. And okay, now I'm in my 40s. And I'm like, oh, I've worked really hard, and I want to start a nice relationship with someone. I can't. Why? Because I'm slightly wrinkly. Okay, what can I do to change it? I can't. I'm just fucked. And that's the worldview you're pushing, Kevin Samuels. Thankfully, a 40-year-old doctor, women wouldn't have much problem getting a partner. Because in the real world, a 40-year-old man is totally fine dating a 40-year-old woman. This whole game of I have the power because right now my income is X, but the women have the power because right now they have a young vagina or whatever. It's not how people think. But the promotion of these ideas are really, getting these ideas out there so they're more likely to be real. And they're not completely wrong. It's true societally. Youth is promoted in women, and wealth is promoted in men more than in women. That's not a good thing. And again, it's not necessary anymore. Women can make money. Both sexes age crazy. If I was a dating coach or whatever, I'd be pushing for societal changes. I'd be telling men, don't care about women being older. Don't care about women having higher body count. Don't just pick someone that's a good match for you. And women, don't care about other people's finances. I mean, care a little bit. Are you gonna leave the men you've chosen if they lose their jobs? That's fucked too. I found my soulmate. He's a perfect man. The factory burned down. Oh well, we're done. Never loved you anyway. 42nd.
Human nature to use your advantage. And women,
Also, no, it's not human nature to use your power as an advantage against others. It's human nature to cooperate and help each other because we're social creatures.
at that age, are going to use their advantage. You can still have fun. You can kick it with them. But man, don't think you're gonna nail one down. And you would. And the thing is, it'll be stupid to try to.
It's a really good idea to try and create a long-term relationship early. Even though it might fail, it's fine if it fails. When you're young, you're still trying to figure yourself out. And when you start dating someone, it informs you on what you want out of life and what you want out of a partner. It's good to start a relationship and try for it to be serious. It's probably not gonna work. That's fine. Failure is a great teacher.
Even if you did nail her down, you're not going to be happy at the main upkeep cost. It'll be like getting a Rolls Royce. Getting a Rolls Royce in your 20s may sound cool, but the upkeep costs and the maintenance.
You really see women as something that you need to maintain and upkeep. Like a piece of furniture, it's an object that you want to retain its value. Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck you, Kevin Samuels, you dead man. I'm sad you're dead because you could not become a better person. I don't own up to that statement. The best way to be in a relationship and be happy with the person is to form partnerships based on two people being equals and bringing out the best out of each other. You should be able to help the other person grow, and the other person should help you grow as a person. They're not an investment. They're not like, what's your worth right now? And is that worth going to be worth it in 8 years because of your perceived value? What are you talking about? You're going to be miserable with that mindset.
Because you can't make women do what you want them to do. You can't make them act how you want them to act. And you can't make them be how you want them to be. And that's what frustrates a lot of young men. And I get it. But we're modern men. And what
So I hope his point is that that mindset is fucked, right? You can't make women what you want them to do. You can't make them do what you want them to do. But yeah, they're people. They are human. Did you know that women are sometimes human? I know, I was shocked too. Are you really going in your relationship and like, oh, how can I act so that she'll act to my benefit in the way I want? No. Other people have their wants and their needs, which is why when you're dating, you want to get a good idea of what their personality is like and what are their wants and needs. So that way, you understand what they want and need. So you can anticipate their behaviors. It's not that complicated. You find a match that when they'll act in a way, you'll be cool with it. Like, I know my girlfriend will not make an irresponsible buy without us talking about it because we're both financially responsible. That's something I knew before we started dating. And she knows I'm really stingy with money. So I will never spend irresponsibly without talking about it first. You know? Because we know each other. Because we're open with each other. Crazy.
we're going to do is like modern women is a different connotation than modern men. We're going to make modern men, modern sexy savages, contemporary men, avant-garde men, elite men. I'm going to come up with a word that denotes modern men, but you're going to have to accept that being a modern man
Yes.
is different than it was for different time. Other men
Now things are not things are not the same as when they were different. Okay, good. Moving on.
had the advantage of being able to work one job and being able to provide for an entire family.
That's true. Now we can't.
It's not the same, guys. It's simply
True.
not the same.
So now your point is women aren't property and they have their agency, and we need to respect that, right? And date in a way that keeps that in mind, which shouldn't need to be said, but I guess it's not bad that we mention it.
So it will be better for you guys to, instead of being upset with women, I mean, understand male and female nature. I want you.
Oh, no, you just said now things are radically different, but you gotta understand male and female nature. My dude, these don't change in theory. The world has changed, but you need to understand that some things don't change. Like, you were so close.
To do that. I don't expect you to go back to sleep. I want you to understand male and female nature. I want you to understand sexual marketplace dynamics. I want you to understand all of the tenets of everything we talk about.
Go ahead then.
Then I want you to act accordingly. Act accordingly. I was talking to a young guy today, in his 20s, and his people from Belarus, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't be worried about a woman until I'm at least 35. Because you're going to need more than guys did in any other time in life. We got to just get to that point. And another thing, going out in groups. I'm not really a big fan on going out with groups of men, yes. But let me also give you guys another piece of advice.
You haven't given one yet.
Becoming friends with women in college, beautiful women, to listen to how they think. This is where volunteering yourself for the friend.
Okay, really bad wording here. Getting female friend to understand how they think is like a very sociopathic way to think about human relationships, right? If he said, in college, make friends with women so you'll understand women better. Oh, yeah, sure, that makes sense. No, make friends with beautiful women so you will know how they think. Kevin, are you gonna harm these women? Sounds like it.
Friend zone to key women, removes sex from the table, and opens women up to telling you the truth. Once you hear how women really tend to think from their friend zone perspective, it'll change your game. It'll change your idea on a lot of different things.
Because we wouldn't want to have a friend for the friendships. That's stupid. You want to have friends for the secrets.
Hello?
I've been having a hard time finding you. I've been watching a lot of your stuff lately, and like watching the way you talk to women and how they're like they want these traditional values or modern tradition and modern values. Like, how do you sort through that and find somebody that it aligns with what you're looking for?
I really can't think of any traditional values in men that are still good that women want. I mean,
how do you find a good
some
woman?
women, sure.
Yeah, pretty much. How do you find
here's what I want. Here's what I want from you guys. The watching my videos and all that other.
Is he just taking his question and just reframing it in the way that he wants to answer it? It's how do you parse what a woman wants with the traditional and modern expectations of men? And you can be like, oh well, if we can reframe it, try to understand these expectations and see according to my understanding of women how these traditional way of thinking might be more interesting for women and blah blah blah. No, it's just reframing. Oh, so you want to know how to find a good woman, and this wuss just says, yeah, sure, don't answer my question, please. Really shitty thing to do, Kevin.
Preamble, guys, please cut that part out. I don't need to know.
That's the question, though. Don't ask your questions. I will answer the questions I want to answer. So, because everybody's going to be like, how do I find a good woman? That's going to be everyone's question.
The backstory. Just get to the question.
That's it.
The question is, how do you find a woman that aligns with your values? For what outcome?
That's not the question.
Marriage, long term, just somebody, because I'm trying to build myself up.
Hold on. I'm talking to the guys 18 to 29. You're in a different phase. So.
Oh, sorry.
But
I'm not here to answer your question. I'm here to answer my question. So, you're 30. No, I'm talking about the 20-year-olds. How so dumb.
But I'll answer the question. Are you in a position to have your wife quit?
What, quit her
He's not
job?
married.
Yes.
Take care of somebody? I think so. I mean, I'm not
Do you make
say
enough
I'm on
money
my
to
way
do
up.
you make enough money to hire your woman?
I make about like 50,000 with bonuses or extra
No.
bonuses like
No,
that
you
on
don't.
top.
No, you don't.
What's your question? Fuck you. Here, I'm not gonna answer. I'll answer that question. Okay, what's your income? It's not. No, it's not. Fuck you. He's so fucking bad. You know, I, not pre-watched. I was like, well, the dude's dead. I'm not gonna be mean to him. Fuck that guy. Fuck you, Kevin Samuels. In the past.
I mean, that's just the reality. You don't make enough to hire your woman.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, no, not really.
Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me. He meant a weird hypothetical where you're supposed to hire your girlfriend. Yeah, he's saying like, yeah, you make 50K a year. No, you're not. You're not supposed to find a woman for that amount of money. She's above the median wage.
No, I mean that's fine. Like I'm getting there, but I yeah.
But getting but see so if I
Like
told you
he's pushing people to celibacy. He's just pushing them to not try and find a good partner. He's telling him like, you make 50 a year. Don't try. Don't try. Don't try. Don't. Nope. Stop. Stop it. He's
where to go
terrible.
find them, and
Right.
you're not ready for them.
All right.
But this is perfect what I mean. So
You know, people get married and they don't make 50K. That's a thing that happens in the real world. But, you know, it's inconvenient, I suppose, to your points.
so Austin, you're kind of where I was saying. Why spend any time thinking about a wife if you're not in a position to hire her?
I agree.
Knowing what my
Because a wife is not an employee, it's a partnership. And Austin Muttinger makes 50K a year. His wife is probably going to make some amount of money. He never said she should be a stay at home mom that doesn't provide an income. And again, we're in 2023. Everybody working.
modern women are.
I do. I agree with that because like.
All right. But
kind
if you agree with it, really agreed with it, why would you even ask the question?
I mean,
That's not the question he asked in the first place.
maybe it's just because I'm just like, I am working hard at getting like furthering my career, and I'm just tired of
No,
being like.
no. It's because you men are today are romantics.
Yeah, he's the fucking worst. How many times can I say this? Like, refuses to answer the question asked and refuses the answers given to the question that he chooses instead. This is amazing. Who falls for this? Yeah, it's easy to look smart in a discussion when you reframe every questions so that they're what you want, and you reframe every answers to fit with what you believe. Hi, Kevin. I came to talk about my wife. No, you're not. You came to talk about how to pick up chicks at the bar. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And what's your technique? Oh, well, I talk to them. No, you don't. You don't talk to them. You drink them beer. You bring them beer because you are a romantic. What?
You want love. You want love and consistent sex and somebody to rub your stomach, and you're not there yet, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it for sure.
Yeah, you need 50K to get someone to want to have sex with you and spend time with you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No. So this
Yeah.
is 2022 is about self-awareness. Don't lie to yourself.
Hey man, I'm right there with you. I like.
Okay, but if
Well,
you're right
my
there
the
with
irony. Self-awareness here, none. Unfortunately, this guy's a pushover. Complete pushover.
Okay, you can't
Self-reflection,
you can't talk to me. If you're right there with me, then understand. You're a modern man. You know what the dating environment
Like, is this
like.
what he does? Just buries
And
them,
unfortunately, if you can't
prevent them from actually participating in the
put yourself in
conversation.
position, this is why also I'm going to talk about marriage. I would not be worried about marriage unless
He's just having a
make
shower
this clear.
conversation with himself
I would
now.
not be worried. I would not be concerned with trying to be married, guys, unless I can employ my woman. Maximum leverage.
Right.
So you're not in that position, my friend.
That's so fucking
No guy is in your financial position. So at best, you'd be looking for some sort of wife who was a partner, 50-50 or whatever. And that's fraught with all kind of different issues.
Yeah, according to him, 60% of people cannot get married because they don't make enough money for a wife.
That I really don't try to address. It exists
Right.
for most people, but that's not the focus of my content. But I wanted to answer your question. At 33, are you working 60 hours a week that you're getting paid for each hour?
No, I'm working. I mean, I have a salary, so but I
You
work way
working
past
40
40
hours a week in
hours,
your job?
more for
Okay.
sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, see, one of the things I say is, where's your part-time job? Are you working 60 hours a week?
Oh, I travel a lot for work, so I can't really have a steady job where I live.
Okay.
Like I work remote and travel a
Well,
lot.
unfortunately, I'm gonna just be
Yeah.
honest. Unfortunately, if you're working over 40 hours a week and you're making $50,000, you need to go get more, become more valuable.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a new
No,
position.
Like he's just trying to tell them that they're not good enough. And I see this a lot, but it's kind of cult-like behavior. It's very manipulative. Like, no, 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 you're not good enough. You're not good enough. You need to do more. Well, I can't really do more. No, well, it's not gonna happen. You need to find another way to become good. Like, you're weak. You're weak. You're weak. You need me. You need me. I'm here. I'm here. I'm the guru. I'm here to help you out. But I'm always gonna make you feel needy. It's really what I'm reading here. And like, this fucking poor guy working more than full time. He's like, you should get a second job. You should get like, okay. So if he works full time with a second job, now he's gonna be able to get a wife. When are they gonna spend time together? When is he gonna date? He's spending all his time working and traveling. But no, not good enough. You can't live a life. You can't enjoy your life. You can't meet people, have fun. No, you need to work hard so you don't have time for the wife that you now can afford.
I've had this job for two
no, I
months
don't
now.
care about the position. I care that you're 33 and you're
Yeah,
making $50,000 a year.
yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm not college educated,
Above the median wage.
so like I kind of
I
have
don't
to do
care.
what I have
I
to do.
get, I get, okay.
I know you don't care. I know you don't care. You think you can just get a 100K job now? Like he's 33 and he's like getting a wife is not for now. Like okay, there's an epidemic of lonely men and you tell 33-year-old making 50K, a respectable amount of money, that it's not good enough and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're supposed to help with the whole loneliness thing. They're contributing to it. Just like the pickup artists. The more you listen to these red pill, manosphere, whatever men, the more you entrench yourself in your loneliness. I have yet to find one single manosphere person who, if you listen to, you'd have a pretty good shot of finding happiness, finding partnership. It's always harmful, always
Okay.
counterproductive,
See,
always.
this is when you guys start to, okay,
It's unbelievable.
Austin,
Yeah,
doesn't matter. You're college educated or not. The fact of the matter is you want a wife and you can't afford to pay for a wife and kids on your own. I can't change the environment or the
Kids might be rough. I will say, like, if you find a good match for you, maybe a woman that makes 30K on an 80K salary, if you want to have a house and have kids, that might be rough. But that's just yeah, the economy's fucked.
culture. Neither can you, right?
right.
If you can't afford to buy something, it doesn't matter how much you want it. You either go do what it takes to acquire the money or you buy something else.
But he can't. He just said he can't get another job. Oh, just get more money, stupid. Duh. Get more money. Start a YouTube channel and get people to pay you $300. So you tell them some bullshit.
And this is why I tell guys, you're still, a lot of guys are still wanting wives on 1950s terms. You're not in a position to have a modern wife or modern times. You can have a rental woman, a girlfriend, but that's short term. Children don't come from that.
Yeah, the misogyny is going on strong. But listen, in the 50s, yeah, a man's salary was his worth, often in relationships. That was important because women didn't have money, couldn't get money. Now they can. So no, you don't need to be able to hire your wife. Because your wife also makes money. And I don't know, maybe you get a wife that makes 70K a year and you make a whole household income of 120. And now, oh, maybe you can start a family. Maybe she's the breadwinner. That'd be cool. You can bring something else to the table. Person whose name I forgot. I don't know you. You probably have got something to add. You really want a family? You might be good with kids. You can be a stay-at-home dad, maybe.
So if you're not college educated, fine. Whatever it is, I'm not going to concern myself with what you do, but whatever it is in this world, men get compensated by our competence. Go become more competent if you want to take on the responsibility of these.
Also, salary and competency, not as related as you'd think. We don't live in a meritocracy. It would be very nice if we did. Remember when, during COVID, we really had to push for the essential workers to keep working because society would fall apart without them? And they were paid the minimum amount of money we could afford to pay them. The people who hold society together. Society's fucked, man. Also, sky is blue.
Good women and such and so forth. Because you got to ask yourself, listen, you got to ask yourself a question. If
You gotta let me control the conversation, man. It can't be a back and forth. It's gotta be a fourth and fourth.
Bob and David raised their daughter to be the kind of woman you're talking about, right?
Right.
The kind of woman he's talking about is wife. That's all we've had.
Would those men want their daughter to go to you or to the guy standing next to you who had a similar core values and things like that, and he was making double what you were making?
Let's assume you had a twin who was exactly like you in every possible way, except he made more money. Would that other person be more preferable? Yes. Aha! I've solved it. And it is about the money. Well, did you consider that you can be different when it comes to your core values and your competency and what you bring to the table? You're not making all that much money? Maybe you can bring something else. I first looked at these friends with the whole high value male based on their salaries and their wages and how it's unreasonable and it's not a good way to think of it that way. But I also thought, they're gonna bring some other thing to the table, right? High value male are not just gonna be make a lot of money. But we've seen an article that was all completely vacuous, empty statements, and now here we've talked about nothing but the money. Nothing. Did Kevin Samuel said, oh, you make 50K a year? That's not that much. What else can you bring? No, he said, you make 50K a year? That's not that much. How can you bring more money? It's just money. Just money. I wonder, is he trying to make these people make more money so they'll send him more money? Probably not. Probably that's reading too much.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're going to go with the
Well,
more secure.
Yeah, they're the same. If you could have a large pizza or an extra large pizza for the same price, they're exactly the same, but one's bigger, same price. Which one you take? The bigger one. Aha. So the only thing that matters is the size of the pizza. Well, no, because pizzas are going to be different. You get that, right? You get that. Size is important. There's other things.
So it has nothing to do with her. You're looking at women that you want, and they're going to have fathers who are going to want her to be in the most secure position, go to the highest bidder. This is why I say, guys, if you're not in a position to control the environment, your wife, such and so forth, and you want long-term
Control the environment. Yeah, this guy's a psycho.
relationship and a marriage, look at what's happening in this country right now. It's not a good look. So I would.
What do you mean? What's happening in this country right now? Be specific.
Wouldn't be worrying about it at this point. Is my answer for you. You don't
I
make.
think that mostly, like, I wasn't really thinking of marriage until like I started listening to your podcast or your show and everything. It's because it's like the way you put it. It's like to be more successful in your career.
Well,
you
but
really
the
need
thing
to-
is, but the thing is, one.
Also, isn't that fucked? He's not like looking for a partner. He's not looking for a romantic relationship. No, he's looking for a wife. Why? Because he listened to him. And now when he talks to him, he's like, no, you shouldn't be wanting a wife because you're not good enough. You need to make more money. Like, Dude wasn't looking for a wife, and then he listened to him, and now he wanted a wife, and he didn't feel insecure with the amount of money he did, and he talked to him, and now he feels insecure about his salary. This man is feeding these people's insecurities.
One comes before the other. You don't. Wives are costs, man.
Yeah.
You don't just get married. You know, I get what you're saying.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Podcast or your
Marriage. Look at what's happening in this country right now. It's not a good look. So I really wouldn't be worrying about it at this point. Is my answer for you. You don't
I
make.
think that mostly like I wasn't really thinking of marriage until like I started listening to your podcast or your show and everything. It's because it's like the way you put it. It's like to be more successful in your career.
Well,
you
but
really
the
need
thing is,
some-
but the thing.
It's so annoying. He's not letting him finish. He's not getting any point. He's not able to explain his situation. He's not able to explain the way he thinks. Like, obviously, if you look at this, it's like he can't get contradicted because he completely controls the conversation. Like, Austin could have said something that really brings forth the contradiction in what he says you should do, but it's never gonna come to light. He's never even allowed to finish a sentence.
Wives are costs, man.
Yeah.
You don't just get married.
Wives are
You know, I get what you're
costs.
saying.
Actually, no. Wives are not costs. In a relationships, you save money. It's wonderful.
Right.
But I think what you're saying is a wife will help me become more successful in my career.
And it's true. It's true. I couldn't afford this house by myself, but with my girlfriend, we can. And it's gonna go up in value. And I can take risk in my career. Now, I might take a contract that will lead to something very interesting later, but that doesn't pay that much now, but we can afford that little extra security cushion because her salary is safe and it's going to be a constant source of income. So I can take this risk to maybe make way more money. Being in a relationship rules if you want to help your career. The dumbest, man.
There's an episode I was watching and you said like,
Well,
you know,
I mean, and I need to get to
hair,
somebody else
haircut.
too, but yeah,
Yeah, I haven't talked to myself enough yet.
and
Yeah.
no, but
You don't need someone else.
and that's the problem. This is why you didn't start off strong enough to where at
Yeah.
33 you should already be moving up the path because the guys I'm talking about
You didn't start strong enough. He's doing fine. He's doing completely fine.
are earning more.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I
Okay.
understand how you play my cards different in my life, but I'm
Well, I
trying
mean,
to get there.
and it
I
is what it
appreciate
is. But
you
I'm just
so-
telling you what I said. Okay, have a good one, guys.
Like, what's the guy supposed to do? If it was true that you needed more money, you can't just get more. Like, what you should be making more money. Well, yeah, but maybe, but now I can't. I'm 33 and I need to work. I need to work this job, and I can't just go and get a master's degree or whatever. So what do? You need to get more money. Well, I can't. Well, it's your problem now. Please send money. Give me super chat. It didn't seem that bad when I just looked at his channel, but yeah, this is like abusive behavior from him. Completely brain dead takes, doesn't listen to the person he's talking to, ignores the question, ignores the answer, no empathy for another one's situation. Just, I told you so. You should have been making more money. Well, I'm not. Well, you should. Because that's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I can say. You should be making more money. I can't. Well, you should be making more money. Well, yeah, but I can't. So what do I do? You should be making more money. Awful. 1.8 million subscriber. Being a complete garbage person. I'm really glad I don't have that don't speak ill of the dead principle.